Your ship's not half bad.
Hey, Deputy.
Diego Monroe, at your service. Well, theoretically.
If you're looking for the Rangers, check the upper levels.
Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. She's probably right. Hey there, Deputy. Way I hear it, you've been... How do you like the job so... That's good to hear. So, what... Well... Well, this is new. Very interesting indeed. Having two of these should make the job go a lot faster. I specialize in cryptography. A lot of smugglers use coded slates, so it comes in handy. A Freestar Rangers resident terminal jockey. Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. She's probably right. I specialize in cryptography. A lot of smugglers use coded slates, so it comes in handy.
Come in, Deputy. Take a seat.
Sit down.
While you've been in the field, we've had more reports about farmers being threatened and attacked. Unfortunately, some didn't survive. Not really, no. We can't be everywhere at once. Right now, our best hope to stop them is you. It's worse. It's tragic. How's your investigation proceeding? That's assuming he finds something useful. Otherwise, you'll be no better off than when you started.
Let's move on. I asked the other Rangers to share their opinions of you, and there are some things I want to go over. We'll start with Ranger Callow in Hopetown. She was grateful for your timely arrival, and impressed you had the guts to take on those pirates. Nia says you were respectful with Ron Hope and didn't push too hard. That shows me you were listening when I said to go easy on him. Exactly. Dealing with the Council can be tough, but it comes with a badge. No need to make it harder than it already is.
Let's continue. We got a detailed report from Ranger Price about your recent visit to Neon. He said you took on a syndicate loan shark to help an informant. And you were right to do so. Helping people is our most important duty, even when you're conducting an investigation.
You got results, and that's what matters most. Price was impressed by that. Said you really took the initiative.
Ranger McMillan praised what she called your uncommon bravery and dedication. She said you took on the Red Mile so you could get a meeting with Marco Graziani. Sounds like you're starting to understand what it means to be a Freestar Ranger.
So what happened with Marco? I doubt he gave you that slate out of the kindness of his heart. I suppose underestimating you was his last mistake. Damn. I thought if anyone could see reason, it'd be Marco. What about Maya Cruz? her loyalty to Hull and the 1st Cavalry was stronger than most. I guess I'd want the same thing if I were in her place.
Excuse me, Marshal?
Not now, Alex. We're in a meeting here.
I know, but this is important. I've done it. I've cracked the encryption on the slates. Now, I don't know exactly where the First are headquartered, but there are references to a place called the Factory.
The Factory? That was our nickname for the main facility where the mechs were manufactured.
Under the terms of the peace treaty, they shut all the mech factories down right after the war.
But they didn't destroy them. At least not all of them. The facility was on Arcturus 2. It could be a dead end, but if it's not, then you'd better be ready for a fight.
Be careful, Deputy.
Those first guys should have spent more time on their encryption.
The doctor can provide any supplies you might need.
The UC can't be that bad, can it?
I think you'll find that we carry... Here's what I have in stock.
You keep everything on the level and we'll get along grand.
Oh, just one quiet day. Is that too much to ask?
Paxton Hull, commanding officer of the 1st. Marshal Blake must be getting desperate sending a lone deputy out here. But I'll give credit where it's due. You're a hell of a pilot. If you came here seeking justice, it's waiting for you inside. I'm a man of action. I've got no use for lies. So when I tell you that you're being manipulated, you know I'm telling the truth. You think the Council of Governors really cares about anything but themselves? They're greedy and corrupt. You're a tool in the hands of the unworthy, just like I once was. I was loyal. I followed orders, and I led good men and women to their deaths. I'll carry the stain of that dishonor to my grave.
Bring it on!
Gonna make you suffer first! got no chance! Enemy sighted!
1st Cavalry was the greatest fighting force the Freestar Collective has ever seen. At the Battle of Mira, the 1st Cavalry was destroyed. Why? Because the generals got scared and asked for a truce. I've got no sympathy for cowards, or for the people who put them in power. I've also got no sympathy for those who do their bidding. And this means you.
the glory of the first! Engaging hostile! You should have given up!
It would be advisable to cancel this area.
You suffer first!
You come here seeking justice? Well, what about justice for my soldiers? Minutes away, minutes from winning the battle and the war, when the ceasefire order came down. Now there's a debt of honor, and the people who betrayed us. I can't believe it. You just took on some of the best mercenaries in the Freestar. If we'd have had... You fought because you had to. And you... More importantly, you survived. I know. Because I'm the one who led them to their death. You don't know what it's like to look around and see the faces of warriors who trusted you to lead them as they die screaming. I watched brave men. I saw mech pilots cook. Those deaths didn't have to be meaningless. You really want to know? Because you might not like the answer. Last chance, Deputy. But if you still want to... You won't have to. Not long after I started the first, I was contacted by a man who said he represented someone wealthy and influential. I refused to work for a shadow client, so he agreed to set up a meeting. Imagine my surprise when Ron Hope showed up. He offered me a lucrative contract to take possession of certain farms throughout Freestar space. The credits were good, but yeah, getting some payback was the real reward. Don't bother. I'm gonna make this easy for you, Deputy. I'm gonna die the way I lived. Weapon in hand, no compromise, no fear. But first, here. When the next war comes, now my units wait. Goodbye, Deputy.
Another day, another shift.
Yes? What?
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened to us.
You here for commerce? You ready to do some business? Music to my ears.
Just 2 more weeks and I'll finally have enough. Where you going? My cousin has a homestead on the Eastern Ridge. Good soil. I don't know how you did it. Discipline. Don't spend credits you don't have.
Never seen armor like that. Just don't give us any reason to test it.
Very generous, Mr. Hope.
It's well earned, Burkett.
Keep your
We
nose
set some
clean.
ambitious
The last
quotas.
thing I want is to charge you
You
for a
met
D&D,
every
an A and
one
B,
of them.
B and E, or heaven forbid,
Good to see you again. Well, I've just received a report from the Marshal about your progress. He said you had a promising lead on the mercenaries who stole my ship. I trust you're here with good news? Of course. What have you learned? Oh, the same Paxton Hull who was court-martialed during the Colony War? Well, I've never met the man, and I can't imagine why he'd make an accusation against me. That two-faced bastard kept the slate. Oh, I suppose this is his revenge against the Council of Governors for what happened during the war. I'm impressed, Deputy. It's clear you have a bright future ahead of you.
What's going on? What is this about, Mr. Hope?
Nothing that concerns you, Burgett. In fact, why don't you make yourself scarce?
I think I'd like to hear what the deputy has to say.
The cards are on the table. So why not? The truth is, we've been falling behind the competition. Significantly so. A few years ago, I began to diversify. We developed an experimental fertilizer. And it failed utterly. I was prepared to write the whole thing off when we made a discovery that changed everything. We donated the fertilizer to select homesteads and let the farmers do the work. And when the time was right, we cleared the farm and brought in machinery to harvest the mineral-rich soil. The reduction in labor and materials costs sent my profits soaring. I never intended for anyone to be hurt. Unfortunately, farmers can...
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent people?
Not another word out of you, Birgit! I can take your job. We'll discuss this later. In any case, I suppose the gig is up. I give you my word that I'll call off the operation. You're right, yeah. Those families deserve to be compensated for... perhaps a discount on their next purchase from HopeTech. With that resolved, let's talk about... As a member of... And of course, we'll both agree to forget about my little... Well, let's not be too hasty, Deputy. There's something else you need to consider. I'll do what's necessary to protect my company. If you tell anyone about this, you're risking their livelihoods. Do you really want to? But on a much larger scale, yes. I have to admit, I admire that uncompromising attitude. You've made your position clear. I'll make myself very plain. I won't let you jeopardize my reputation, this company, or the people who work for me. If that means you suffer an unfortunate incident, I'm important. You're nothing.
You're not actually threatening to attack a Freestar Ranger, are you?
You just threatened a member of the Council of Governors. On my authority, you're stripped of guards! Dispose of this!
Freestar security, give it up!
He tried to have you killed. I don't understand. Mr. Hope always seemed like such a good person. But everything he said about the farmers and hiring those mercenaries, it was so awful. I'm just a little in shock. I'm still not sure. A conspiracy to steal farmland? The first part is true. He always looked out for us, for his employees. I know what I just heard and saw, but he was a friend. And now he's... Nobody should ever, especially when it means killing someone who meant so much. That would be Ilana. She seems...
Look who's got a Laredo gun. Welcome to civilization, cowboy.
You heard of the Elios Retreat? Supposed to be some new age healing center for reforming criminals or whatever. Going up in Ixal too. I'm not holding my breath. Hello.
Well, hey there.
You're back. Good to see you back safe, Deputy. What's the word on the mech factory? Were the mercenaries hiding out there?
I sure did. Don't you worry. I'll keep my eyes open.
I take it that they weren't too much trouble for you, given that you're standing here. Did you find out why the First was taking over farms? What? Ron Hope? That's one hell of an accusation, Deputy.
Are you really that surprised? Hope's always had a reputation as a man who'd do anything to succeed.
He's on the damn council, Emma.
So he can make laws favorable to his business interests. Sure, he's known to look after his people, but do you really think he gives a damn about some farmers on Montara Luna?
Did Hope explain his motives at all? That has a familiar ring to it.
I recall hearing about some Hope Tech initiative to help farmers. At the time, I just figured it was a PR stunt. Seems a little more sinister now.
Please, tell me you've got some evidence to back up these extraordinary claims. All right, let's see what you've got. Interesting. Yeah, this is pretty damning. Especially this last bit about destroying the slate. And you confronted Hope about this? Sounds like his pride got the best of him. Damn. This is going to send shockwaves throughout the Freestar Collective. If the people can't trust their leaders, anarchy could follow.
Have a little faith, Daniel. We're not the United Colonies. One bad apple won't spoil the whole damn barrel.
Easy for you to say. You ain't the Marshal.
Not yet, but you ain't gonna live forever, old man.
While we've got you here, there's one last piece of business to take care of. Emma, would you please?
With pleasure, Marshal. When you first joined us, I told you that you'd undergo an evaluation process. There's one thing left to do. A simple question. Do you feel ready to wear the badge of a full-fledged Freestar Ranger? Good. Duty and honor are the backbone of the Freestar Rangers. Marshal, I approve the deputy for advancement to the rank of Ranger.
Thank you, Ranger Wilcox. In your time serving as a deputy, you've shown exceptional courage, fearless tenacity, and a high regard for the safety of our citizens. By the authority granted to me by the Council of Governors, I hereby promote you to the rank of Ranger. Here's your badge. Wear it with pride. But don't forget the solemn responsibility it represents. I know you will, Ranger. Let's hear it for our new Ranger.
Well done. Way to go.
Congratulations!
Rangers work?